hope that you can actually see me this time, because I'm aware that there's a lot of blurred footage on this vlog so far. I think it's when there's no light in the room, it's struggling to pick me up, if that makes sense. But I keep turning it round and checking. I need to watch that now, because my favourite actress and comedian, Whoopi Goldberg's on. But I had an hour's sleep, and then I spent ages trying to get back to sleep, and I just couldn't. So I've been awake for the last couple of hours, and I've just been editing vlogs and stuff like that. But not as much as I would like to. I'm just about to make my evening meal, as sad as that is. I don't feel very well. I feel the temperature and I feel like I've not slept for a long time, which is not good. Don't know what you can see, but EastEnders is just about to start. So I'm going to watch that. And have my porridge. I can't stop thinking about those custard creams.
We're going to be busy.
They're just so good. I'm not going to buy any. I hope that I get some marshmallow. I'm not going to ask for them, but I left the others, like the ginger ones, so she might get the idea that I really like those and want to do the same again. But yeah, I don't feel very well. Got a temperature. I feel really run down. So I've only just put the light on. I'm so tired, but I want to watch Graham Norton at 10:30 because Whoopi Goldberg's on. But I don't want to stay awake till 10:30. I need to have a shower and wash my hair, which is not going to be fun because I'm going to end up frozen. But yeah, I think after I watch EastEnders, I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to get in the shower now, I think, because it's 8:30, and somehow I need to stay awake until 11:30 because Whoopi Goldberg's on Graham Norton at 10:30. So yes, I've had my porridge. I need to wash my spoon so I can have a cup of tea. But I'm not going to make my cup of tea until I've had my shower, for the simple reason is it'll cool down, obviously. So, and I have to wash my spoon now because the light is probably really bad in it, by the way. But if I don't wash it now, or rinse it now, it'll go solid because porridge goes solid, obviously. I'm just staying in the office right now. I'm just tired and feel which is not ideal. And I just realised there's like a cup holder here with toothbrush slot things in. I can just dry the spoon in there. Oh yes. I'm not looking forward to the shower for the simple reason it is so cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my clothes ready. I'm going to put a clean top on because I'm going to wash this and the vest. But I'm going to keep these pyjama bottoms on. And do that. I don't know if you can see me or not. I hope you can. But yeah, I'm just going to keep these pyjama bottoms on because obviously they're not dirty, but my top is a bit sweaty because I probably sweat last night.
See what she's been doing.
But you can tell I weren't thinking about what I was going to wear because I've just bought next to nothing. I'm having to wear the same jumper every day because it's too cold not to. So I'm going to get everything ready because I don't want to get too cold.
There's like no other people there. I mean, it's just there wasn't like a sound stage and like all the handling. No, they took me right into his office. He's sitting there, and he's smiling at me, and he said, "I want to see your show. Come on, I swear to God." So I did the show, and he laughed a lot. He liked it, and then he said more, and I've been instructed not to do any more. I had one more piece called Green Tea. B-L-E-E-T-E-E, about what would happen if E.T. landed in Oakland. Now, Oakland, California at the time was a very, it was a rough area, phones didn't work, so it was a whole thing. So E.T. lands, he meets these two kids, they take him to the projects, he wants to phone home, no phones work. Some guys who are running prostitutes, and he gets a Jerry curl. I don't know if you remember, Jerry curls were, black folks had this thing where we would put the stuff in our hair and it made it look wet and drippy. And he had, and then a powder blue suit, he was running horse. And when his people came to get him, he shot him up, he killed him, because he didn't recognize his people. To remind people that it's okay to assimilate, but you can never forget who you are. So he's on the floor, and I'm thinking, this can't be good. And then he said, I want to talk to you. I want you to play Celia in the Color Purple. And I said, come on, man, what? And he said, yeah. And I burst into tears, and I said, I think I could really suck at this. And he said, have you sucked before?
I know you're probably not going to be able to see me, but I'm absolutely frozen, and the heating's not been on in the room for well over an hour now. Every time I go to the radiator it's cold, whereas last night it would come on and then go off and then come on and then go off. It's not been on because my clothes that I put on there to dry about 9:30, they're still quite wet. One of them, the thinner one, the t-shirt, has got a dry patch in the middle, but otherwise it's quite wet, and it would have dried normally by now. And the radiator's ice cold, so it's like she's turned the heating off for the night, and I'm absolutely frozen. I've just put my hoodie on, whereas earlier I wasn't warm, but I wasn't cold like this after a shower. So it's like she's turned the heating off for the night, which obviously I'm not happy about. My alarm's gonna go off in 8 hours time, and then I'm up for the day, and I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep, but I'm quite upset at the moment. I've kind of filmed a video. It's probably gonna be one of the last videos I'll ever film. I don't want what's going up to be all doom and gloom, but I'm not in a happy place, and I haven't been for a long time, and my ex is mainly to blame. But the police saying what she said to me and Melissa Chat, I'm a liar, and I lied in that original interview. I haven't. That's really upset me that she said that. Because if I had done, I would have told them by now, because there's no way I would have carried on. But it's true, everything I said. But I'm so cold, and I wish she'd put the heating on. I really do. It's like she's gone to bed and turned it off. It's really not fair on the guests that it's this cold. It's so cold. I'm gonna say goodnight now. I hope I get some sleep and don't freeze to death. But I feel like I'm gonna have to go and get some socks on because it's so cold.